Well, hello there. You amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. I hope you are all well on this terrific Tuesday. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Multiple daily videos. Smash like, all that jazz. I like to get that out of the way first. I might remind you later, who knows, I generally forget. But you're looking absolutely amazing, I must add. And I'm wearing glasses again. These glasses are driving me nuts. Absolutely driving me batshit crazy, insane. I hate wearing glasses, but I can't do contact lenses. Because, well, apparently I can't get contact lenses but I can't touch my eyeballs anyway. Anyway, I'm rambling. Front door, Idaho 4. Was it open? Why was it open? This has been a question that has been reached out to me and asked over the last few hours. I was sent a video, that I now can't find, but it was questioning the front door being unlocked and left open. It was the neighbour had stated at 8:30 in the morning, the front door's open, wide open. Now, I will try and find this other video, and if I find it, I'll put the link in the description of this video so you can go and watch that video, because that person gives you their thoughts. If I can't find it, it's purely because I can't bloody find it. But we have spoken about it previously. We spoke about it a long time ago. Now, this is how long it's been an issue. If we look here, this was back on Reddit, back 2 years ago. Blanded. I still can't understand why the front door was left wide open. Link, front door left wide open, morning of murders, neighbour. So this is because the neighbour had stated very early on that the front door of 1122 King Road was indeed left open. It was open, and why was it open? Who opened it? There's so many questions, and we'll get into that. Like this person here says, I suspect in a house with so many people on nights, they're drinking and no one specific routine to secure the house. It just didn't get locked up. Well, it's not about being locked up. The fucker was wide open, apparently. My friends had a house with like 8 roommates. When I'd visit and we were drinking, no one thought to lock it. And in the morning, someone would mention it was locked and people were sleeping on the living room floor near the door. My friend said, unless a sober person is thinking about safety and knows everyone is home, it often doesn't get locked. When you're drunk, you don't feel unsafe, which is a valid point if we was looking at like just the door being locked. Well, locked versus unlocked, because obviously someone walked into this. Now, what I will say is that does feed into this whole going into this house with the prior thought that you're going to have to break into the house. Breaking in and potentially getting into the house and there being multiple people in there. Who knows how many people are in there? And on top of that, are you going to have to break into the individual doors as well? And is it more likely to be someone with absolute prior knowledge of what was going on inside this house, the layout of it, who was there, where they were within the house? It seems to me that that's very plausible, that whoever did this crime knew about the house. But we'll see as time progresses how that pans out, if this ever goes to trial. But with respect to the front door, it weren't that it was just unlocked. The front door was wide open. It was open, apparently. The neighbours stated that it was open. So what does that tell you? Now, you could go multiple ways on this. First of all, the front door being open is going to impact the house. It wasn't warm. This front door being open is going to draw all of the heat out of this house. Going to draw all of the heat out. It's going to get real cold real quick. And it's going to affect the people in the house. If this was open from... what time are we saying that the perpetrator who did this, did they actually not go out of the back door? Did they go out of the front door? Let's not forget that there was apparently blood on the handrail that would mean that this person could have gone out that way and got blood from themselves on the handrail as they're going to leave out that way. So it does raise a lot of questions. It also feeds into the multiple perpetrator theory, in that someone could have gone in the back door, someone could have come in the front door just in case people tried to escape, and this was to try and pin everybody into the house, and maybe they left through the front, but they came. Do you know what I mean? I think it's more likely that if the door is left open, there's 2 reasons for that, only 2. And that is that whoever did this crime left in a hurry, and they left out of the front door and didn't shut it. They just left it and went and left. Now, this white car, the fact that it went away at pace, to me, indicates that whoever was inside the house was in a hurry to get away. Now, Dylan Mortensen would lead us to believe that whoever she saw walked past her. They weren't in a rush. They were walked. They were quite calm. She didn't say they fucking sprinted and nearly knocked her over. They literally said that they walked out of the house. Walked. Now, if they didn't see her, if that person is walking and they did not see her, then why would they get in their car and then draw attention to them by driving off at such a rate, if you believe Dateline, that they nearly run someone over? Nearly run someone over. Do you know what I mean? Which is fucking odd, isn't it? Because you'd think if someone was speeding away and nearly ran someone over, with the amount of law enforcement around that area, they would have potentially raised that, you know what I mean, raised the issue. Perhaps there'd have been, I don't know. That's by and by. Point being that we've got this door that it's open, and we've got someone who apparently is leaving the house, not in a hurry, but then gets in a car and speeds away. But then we find out that their front door is open, which to me is more of an indication that someone does this crime, leaves in a hurry, goes out the front door, doesn't even bother to shut the front door, gets in the car and flies away. Or get into a car where someone is already waiting for them, and as they get in the car just flies off. Gone. Done. Off into the night. Now, if it wasn't anything to do with the perpetrator or perpetrators, then who would have opened that door? Now, I believe that it's more than likely that the people inside that property, and this is what I said way back when I originally spoke about this, and that was that I think that the people inside the house opened the door and left it open because they knew what had happened. They knew what had happened in this house. They were familiar with the fact that there'd been an attack, there were deceased people in there, and there had been a prolonged duration of time between when it happened and them doing anything about it. So they thought, look, if we just open the door, leave the door open and go back to our room, we can just claim ignorance. Someone else will likely see the door open, come to walk in to see if everyone's all right, and they will stumble across this horrific scene, and we can just sit there and be like,
whoa, I didn't know that had happened. What has gone on? Let's ring 911.
and the rest is history. But I believe that nobody bothered to go in there, no one at all, and then it gets to the point where they're looking and thinking, fuck, it's like lunchtime. It's literally nearly lunchtime, and nobody's come in. So much time has now passed, we have not got any fucking choice but to call 911. No choice whatsoever. And we're going to have to make it look like we don't know what's going on. Not that we knew hours ago and we've just been sat here thinking, well, let somebody else walk in. Do you know what I mean? That's my theory on the front door being open. I do believe there's only two versions that make sense. Perpetrator leaves in a hurry, leaves door open, gets in car fucks off at pace. Second, the people inside the house left the door open with the hope of someone else coming in, finding the scene, and them going, Let me know down below what you think, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Mwah.